Hi, I'm Kate and Olivia, welcome to my channel. Basically, when I filmed this video, it was going to be a different video, but then I realised it was going to be really long, so I have to do a new intro, and I couldn't be bothered to put on any makeup, to be honest, to do it. So, in this video, I am doing a French plait hair tutorial. So, one of the first things that I do is I always French plait my hair. Which I do when it's damp, so I wash my hair like early today. It is pretty much all dry now, but the best time to do it is when your hair's damp, because then the next day, if you sleep with it in your hair, the next day your hair will go really curly. And what you could always do is like do it in your hair, leave it for like a whole day, because it's quite a cute hairstyle anyway, and then sleep with it in your hair, and then the day after, and you get like really curly hair. So basically, I'm going to show you how to do this, because my friend Daisy texted me the other day and was like, can you just do a tutorial on how you do it, because I can't do it. So here we go. I'm gonna do a tutorial for the first time. So I essentially usually do it, if I want it for curly hair, I will do it when my hair is damp, just because it will dry overnight. If it's too wet, it won't dry and then it won't hold the curl, but if you get it to a point where it's like slightly damp, then it will dry when your hair is in the like hairstyle. So the next day when you take it out, it will be all curly and it will look really nice, because it will have dried in that position. If you leave it for longer, it will hold it a bit better. And also, it's a really good tip, if you have greasy hair, just whack it up on these if you don't have time to wash it or you can't be asked to wash it, because mine takes ages to dry, and like this is my natural hair and it's not really nice enough to wear like this out. I do like a lot of the time anyway, but yeah. So first things first, it's usually better if you have like a brush. The best thing to use is like a comb. So I lost my brush because I had it a minute ago and I can't find it now, so I'm gonna do it with just my hands, because I've done that before. Just my hair needs a bit of a brush, it's a bit annoying, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I always find a middle parting. So my parting is like slightly sideways, so you have to find like the middle parting. Or if you have like a really, because basically as well, if you have like quite a side parting, you can flip over the hair. So if you do it in the middle, obviously the curls will go down like this, but then you flip the hair and you have this cool like volumized flip. You can't really tell on my hair because it's like straightish and very flat, but it will like do like a volumized flip and it will look cooler. So just a tip there. So find the middle parting. I usually go from my nose upwards. I just got really close because I couldn't see it. So I go from the nose upwards, and I literally just, this is so much easier if you have a comb. I have a pair of scissors. Ooh. You could always use one of these clips, because they are also an absolute godsend. I thought I'd lost my bubbles then, but they're here. So I had a metal one of these that I used to use this for as well, because the metal ones kind of, they're a bit tougher, so they will operate your hair a bit better. So find your middle, so literally just by dragging it backwards and then doing that. That's not quite middle here, but that is fairly straight. It doesn't have to be perfect. I never make it perfect. Even when I wear it as an actual day-to-day hairstyle, it's never really, the line isn't really that straight, which is quite embarrassing, but I'm shamelessly lazy, so oh well. So essentially, get all your hair into about half on each side. Again, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Then get one side of it, brush it down. That will be probably a good place to brush it, and then bring it right round to the front. It might be even easier if you do like a little plait like this, because basically when you are getting hair from each side, when it's in like a plait like this, it's really difficult to pull it out of this plait, whereas when it's in like a little ponytail on the side, it's easier to accidentally pull out the wrong section or from the wrong side. It will make sense in a minute. So I do this, whack it into there, make myself look like a bit of a cowgirl, then move that all back to the back, all to the back. So what we want to do is, It is easier in a mirror, but I usually do it better without a mirror, because if I can't see it, then I can't overthink what I'm doing, and I kind of can do it because I've been able to do this since I was quite young. I taught myself when I was like very young, so it's easier to be able to just like, for me it's easier to feel it, but for other people it would probably be easier to have a mirror in front of you. So what you want to do, even with all the fringe, push it all so it's like not like that, so it's all like backwards. So you want to get this really small, really front section, so literally like about that much. Why does my scalp look so weird? Don't know. Right, so, and you want to have it, sorry if I have a double chin, beta dubs, I have no excuse, just fat. Just kidding. So you want to divide that into 3 equal-ish segments. Honestly, this is like lazy girl style, so none of it's going to be perfect. So you want 3 segments, and you literally, so if you want to do a French plait, which is what I'm going to do, you move each outside section to the front. But if you want a Dutch braid, which is the one where it's like a little bit, where it's like lifted, you move each outside section to like round the back, so it like sits on top of your head, whereas this kind of sits in your hair. So I'm just doing a normal one. So as you can see, like that one goes in the front. Oh my god, now I've confused myself. I've looked too hard. This is literally what I was saying. I look too hard and I get confused. So you want to just move each section to the front like that. I dropped that bit of hair. Like that. So you want to do that 2, 3, 4 times, and then you drop one outside section, which for me is that bit there. It looks like shit so far. And then you grab a little section of hair from the parting over, which is why I was like, in a plait here will be better, because sometimes if you pull these bits they'll come out if it's just in like a little ponytail. And that bit is part of this one as well. Just gonna slot that in there. So you want to grab that bit, continue the plait, do the same on the other side. So you are literally, I'm trying to lean forward so you can see a bit better. You're literally just feeling where the parting is, scooping up a bit of hair. Just do it for every time the hair goes round. Try not to scoop up too much below. So you want it, so it's not like you're scooping up this bit for that bit, because then you'll run out of hair and then it won't look right. And then pull that, I mean, unless you want it to look like that. And essentially, just keep adding hair to it, to each section. And just keep going. So when you get right to the back of the neck, it's important to try and keep plaiting as far as you can down with your arms like this, rather than bringing it to the side here, just because if you bring it to the side it will make the whole plait, like the bottom bit of the plait, really wonky. Obviously, unless you want to do that. If you have longer hair, it's obviously more difficult, so go as far back as you can, make it as straight as you can, and then it should be, once you get down to about here, it should just stay straight. So obviously you just do like a normal plait just at the back. I'll turn to the side so y'all can see. So we're here, and just keep going. Until you can't reach any further, and then, I've got the hair all in my mouth, until you can't reach any further, and then literally just finish it off and get your hair bubble and scooch it all on there. So I look like a deer in the headlights right now. I'm just trying to look super straight. So you want to go pretty much as low as you can. If you've got layers, it will come out a bit, which is a bit annoying. It looks like I've got both sides done now because I've got 2 plaits, but I don't. So it will, yeah, because this is a bit like wonky now, but it actually isn't that bad. So it looks not awful, a bit bad. I probably did the top bit like a few too many times before I started collecting hair, but ignore how red I am, it's boiling in here. But so yes, so on to the other side. Obviously, if you don't want to include your fringe in it, if you want your fringe to be straight, I don't know why you would, but this might be your style, leave it out. If you've got a full fringe, just leave it out, because obviously full fringes look better when they're straight compared to the rest of it. Depends on your style, do it however you like. This is how I do it, and it will just give like a normal curl. I'll probably insert some pics of like what it looks like normally, because I have this as quite a common hairstyle. I used to do this every day when I was in school, just because I was like so stretched at time in the morning that I would like get up, do my makeup, eat breakfast, and then I'd leave. So it's better to, like, for me it was better to always, I used to do my hair in the car, and I used to literally just take it down, rinse, wriggle it out and sort my parting out, and then it's done, and that's it, and it stays curly for the rest of the day. So I'm going to do the other side. So it's literally the other side exactly the same, it's just like you're leaning more this way instead of that way. So it might be a bit more difficult for some people, I don't know. For me it's the same, but then again I've done this like literally since I was a kid, so for me it's fairly easy, whereas for other people it will be more difficult. Just depends on who you are, so just keep trying. So I'm gonna do this other half, so yeah. I think it's probably the beginning part of it that is like the most hard. That's whenever I like always struggle. So just reiterate, get quite a small chunk. This is definitely too much. Quite a small, essentially you just want the front portion here. Maybe not even that bit. That bit can chill there for a bit. So you literally just want a little front section. Take away that. There we go. Oh my god. I'm trying to make this straight so it looks better on here, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I've got this front little section. I do probably a little bit more than that actually. God damn. Okay, front little section, and then into 3 sections. 1, 2, 3, and then literally just forward. I'm closing my eyes because if I look at it I'm gonna mess up. So probably about twice you want each one to go into the middle, and then start collecting the ones on the sides. Also, when you're getting things from the middle, when you're on your second half, literally try and feel the parting as much as you can, just to make sure that all of it is like taken, because there's so many times where I've done it all and then like I look in the mirror, or like 3 seconds later a bit of hair just hanging down the middle that's like this thick, it's just there, and it's just like one lock, and it's so annoying. So just try and like feel and make sure you've got all of it in, because it's just very annoying. Also, one good thing about this hairstyle is when you can do it on yourself, it's quite easy to do on other people too. Another thing about this hairstyle, annoying thing, if you go on a girls' holiday, you will be the designated hairdresser, because people struggle doing this hairstyle. I went on a girls' holiday 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and there was literally a day where we all had matching hairstyles, because I just did everyone's hair in this way. I felt like I had so much power that day. And that is completely done. Obviously, if you want to wear this as like a everyday hairstyle, I would recommend, not every day, but like a hairstyle during the day, I would recommend pulling a few bits out, so like it can be a bit messier. I would, because I've got this bit of my head goes like that, I don't know why. My hairline isn't receding, don't worry, but I usually pick out bits here just to kind of cover it so it looks a bit messier, and if you end the, like put the bobble in a little bit higher, you can then pull out the plaits a little bit, so like literally just pull them out, like pulling them like that, so they're a bit thicker, so it looks a bit more messy and it looks a bit like better for the day. Whereas if you're doing it for curls, you quite want it as tight as you can get it. Obviously these bits are a bit loose, but it'll be fine. It's supposed to be easy, it's lazy for a reason. I also have to film an outro as well, because again, when I filmed. So I hope this was helpful. Everything will be in the description. Cool. Yeah, bye.